What's up, everybody? We're at 8th Street and Wall Street Alley. Padre's right behind us. This is in the alley. Apparently this lady was kicked in the head and she wasn't very coherent. So this person on the ground was assaulted. So that's the scene we're at. They're talking with that person. BPD obviously is trying to get a description of a suspect. Fire truck has just left. Yeah, Rhonda, the fire engine was just here. It was probably kind of hard to hear. I also have you guys up on a tripod on top of my roof of my car. So, in the alley here, there's what looks like a homeless, kind of a makeshift encampment there. I'm not sure if this person belongs to that encampment there, but it certainly would seem possible. So maybe someone, a drunk person coming out of one of the bars attacked this person. I don't have details, but the officers are up there talking with the person, trying to get those details. And the ambulance crews here, they cleared the fire department, and the ambulance crews, talked with the subject, the victim. Hello, Randy. Welcome, everyone. It took me a minute or two to get on the chat, so for all those who logged in right away, welcome. For anyone I missed. So I think they're still trying to determine if they need to go to the hospital, and the details about who the suspect is, and what all happened, and how bad their injuries are, and stuff like that. It's kind of the first scene I was able to get to tonight. Everything else has been kind of, either it turns out to be nothing, or we were late. I went to an accident out on Morning Drive, and then that turned out to be nothing. And so on the way back, that's when the vehicle fire earlier that Callie caught, by the time I got there, it was already being put out. So nothing but smoke. And then really nothing else happened. There was basically like fake calls. You know, someone called in another accident on California and Easton, and it turned out it was just some, you know, street racers in the area, and I think someone might have spun out, got up on the grass or something, but they moved their own car on their own. So by the time we got there was literally nothing going on, and it wasn't expanded. You know, just a little street racer spinning out. So there's literally been really nothing going on tonight. So there was a pedestrian versus vehicle, which changed into a 245 with a vehicle. No shootings tonight, unless they happened earlier on, like early. But the one at AMPN, I think that guy is just pulling everyone's legs. He refused medical, and then he turned around and said he wanted medical, and they came out, and I was the only one still there, just kind of hanging out watching. And he refused it again when they showed up. So he's just jerking them around. And that was over at the AMPM on Oak Street. So as far as this goes, this is went out over the radio as a 242, you know, assault. A person was kicked in the head, and it sounded like they might have been knocked out. They were really incoherent to the RP when they called it in. No, Julie, you're on time. There's nothing going on. Nothing big, you know. I probably got to change the date on my description since it's after midnight. But you guys know the policy.
We have 2 occupants in the vehicle, 1 rear seat, 1 passenger.
Something going on somewhere else. It sounds like a car stop. Maybe they had a short pursuit or something. Brennan's and 8th Street. They don't have code, so I'm not sure what the traffic was for that occupant.
We have all 3 occupants, injuries, possibly moderate, and
Oh, there's an accident somewhere. What's going on? I can't listen to the scanner when I'm out filming. We have a traffic collision somewhere?
Check the welfare at 23rd KC. The subject unconscious in the vehicle.
I don't have a traffic accident on my pulse point. But we are going to go to 23rd K. It's around the corner. Subject passed out in the vehicle. Driver's in custody, whatever that was. Maybe it was a pursuit. I have no idea. Like I said, I can't listen to the radio when I'm outside the car, and I don't have a dispatch, so.
subject seems to leave from La Movida. I'll be standing by to make contact.
We have a unconscious person in a vehicle, 23rd and K Street. So that will be around the corner here.
Unit advising clear code. Unit advising clear code. ID only. Unit advising clear code. ID only.
We're really close, so I'm not even going to put you in the car seat. I'm just going to hold you guys.
Street, just west of Davis and King Street near the Mr. Car Wash. PD's pending. Hispanic male passed out in a black Cadillac. Unit to advise on the vehicle is running. Ambulance overlooking the stage. Enter at discretion.
Black Cadillac, Hispanic male passed out. I see it right here. He's got the brakes on. He's in the middle of the roadway, right there in front of us, guys. Sorry about the seatbelt, guys, but we're getting ready to pull up on scene here.
For a closer unit.
Hey! Hey! You're stupid civilians.
532 traffic.
32, unit 1022, for her party call.
Yeah, but dumb ladies are gonna wake him up and he's gonna go crash. Oh, the ambulance is dumb too. What if he's having a medical issue and they're gonna try and, you know, just honk at him? The ambulance is not staging like they said they were. I've never seen paramedics bang on a door like that.
Can you roll down your... You realize you stopped your car in the middle of the street, right? Are you okay to drive? You want to pull over just real quick? You tired or have you been drinking? Have you been drinking? Tired. I'm just asking. I'm not the cop, okay? I'm the medic. Okay, I'm with the ambulance. Have you been drinking? Because I'm just asking. I need to know. Somebody call 911. Take his plate.
They can't stop him. But they can advise that he's going to turn into the Chevron. Look, he sped up. You see that? He's going to bail. He's going to come back this way, watch. Yeah. There he is, right there, look. No. I just saw the headlights.
So if it doesn't go the wrong way.
Well, the problem is he's going to go get in an accident now because he's hauling butt to get out of here. There he is, right there. That's him. I got nothing else to do. Let's go see if we can catch up to that guy. And hopefully he doesn't crash and hurt anybody, but if he does, or if he falls asleep again, you know, we'll catch up to him.
Information only. Confirmed.
Man, they should not have woke him up.
494. Information.
You let him sleep until the cops show up, and the cops can detain. Should not have woke him up. He's got a big head start on us. We'll see if we can catch up. See if he ends up asleep. He's probably startled enough that he'll stay awake. For now, he's going back the opposite direction of what he was going. And who knows? He might have turned right here on Chester.
Advise the last four of the VIN on the plate ending in 388.
So if he kept going straight, you know, we'll see if we can catch up to him.
City 532, we're 1098, patients left the scene.
See if we can follow him as far as we can, just to see that he doesn't get into an accident, because so the ambulance crew should not have woke him up. However, since they did, if you're gonna wake someone up like that, then you better have some bullshit way of keeping them there. So what I would have done is you know, they kept asking him, you've been drinking. Well, that made him guilty conscience, because he knows he's been drinking. But they didn't ask him what they should have been asking him. Is they should have been saying, hey, are you diabetic? Hey, do you have, you know, different medical conditions? If I was a paramedic, I would know different medical conditions to try and come up with. You know, I'm not a paramedic, so I don't know these medical things. But I would have ran through the medical possibilities of why he could be, you know, passed out in his car in the middle of the roadway, mid-block, like he wasn't even at a red light. You know, so I don't know where this guy is. I don't see him. Who knows where he might have gone. I'm gonna dip to the right here and then come back and just go a little ways up Rosedale. He might not even come this way at all. No idea. But I'm just circulating to see if we could pick him up. Maybe we get lucky and catch him sleeping in the car, in the roadway or something somewhere else. But it doesn't look like we're gonna. He probably went down Chester and we missed him. So we're probably not gonna find him. Hold on a sec. Yeah, he probably dipped on Chester or something. Who knows? All right, good night. Fat boy's going home. What? I agree with that. He's on his way home statement, but where was he headed before? Why, when he was passed out? Like, where was he going? Was he already on his way home and now he turned around and went somewhere else? I mean, you know, like, there's no way of knowing. Because I would have assumed he was on his way home. It's already 2:30 now. He should have been on his way home. So now he's headed somewhere else. You know, who knows? The got his license plate, but that, you know, doesn't really mean a whole lot. Getting his license plate just means, like, if he gets in an accident, they go, oh yeah, this is the same car. They're not gonna go to his house and say, hey, because driving DUI is just a misdemeanor, and it didn't happen in any law enforcement's presence. So they're not going to really have any reason to arrest him, even if he did get his license plate. Just let you know it's the same vehicle, put out a broadcast, look out for this vehicle or something like that. You know, so you can identify it's the same vehicle in the future. But that's about it. I see some lights up here. Let's go see what these are. I see blue.
This is our 212478 Adam, 2206 South Jason John Street, across the Wilson Road, proceed.
I'm seeing some blue lights up here. I'm gonna just cruise on up and see what we got. Apparently there is some sort of incident or accident or something going on somewhere that we missed because I was off the radio. So I'm sorry guys, I'd love to go cover that. It's gotta be CHP. What do we got here? CHP and a vehicle pulled over, so nothing more to see there. And our guy's gone. I don't know where he went. Well, listen, you know, pay attention for another accident somewhere in the vicinity with a black Cadillac, and we'll go and see if it's him. We'll say, "Yep, it's him." Yeah, Ron, no, they're not. They're not gonna rush to it, unfortunately. They might patrol check it, kind of thing. If they had an officer en route, because they might have been, you know, no units available. They might. That guy's in handcuffs. Looks like I see the DUI breathalyzer kit out, so that's gonna be pulled over for DUI. The CHP stop that we got right there. And over here at the what is this? The Hooters. Looks like there's a big gathering there. So it looks like they were open. I don't know if there's a bar in there or not, or if just the Hooters bar was open. When I passed by, there's still a lot of people there, like in the parking lot and stuff. So there must have been something going on. Not sure if they have like the bar that stays open all night, keep serving, you know, chicken wings and, you know, what I call bar food, really. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know if there's another bar inside that strip here, but see, Casa Tequila, maybe that's the bar that's open. Okay, so there's a bar in there. It's not Hooters. It's just where Hooters is. Never been there. Had my chance when I was single, but never did go. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, there is a bar there. I don't go to bars, so I don't know where these, you know, little strip mall type bars pop up. I don't know what else to call them, but they're just kind of like small little hole in the wall, right? Type of bars. As far as I know. I don't go to bars, so. Around for a minute. I think that guy got woke up, and like he's gonna be like alert now, and maybe had a little adrenaline kick in. It's gonna keep him awake long enough to get home or wherever he's gonna go to basically get off the street. So That guy is just gonna be a lucky dog tonight. Getting away with DUI because of the ambulance crew waking him up.
1022, 1032.
Lucky DUI. Lucky dog. Of course, that's unless he gets into an accident somewhere and kills someone. He's not going to be lucky, and neither are the people. And honestly, the ambulance crew, another reason why they should not have done what they did is now, you know, if that guy does drive off and gets into an accident, the family's going to sue the whole ambulance for letting him drive away, even though they can't detain. You know, they're not law enforcement and they can't detain, but they got involved, and so that puts the company in a liability situation, and they should not have done that because of that liability situation. It doesn't matter whether you know, right or wrong. It's about what the jury's going to decide in the end, and the jury's going to say, oh well, you know, shouldn't have got involved. Whether it was right or wrong is what the jury decides. You know, and you can't control, you know, juries do some crazy things sometimes, and they just kind of go, well, you know, let's just give the family some money, basically. I mean, that's how it feels, you know, from an outside point of view. But definitely, and then those girls, right? So that SUV that pulled up, it was like 3 or 4 girls in the vehicle. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Leave them alone. You know, I'm sure they were all drunk too. Hey, you're in the middle of the road. Wake up, dude. So, could have went this way on Chester. He could have went the other way for all we know. You know, there's just no way of knowing which way he went. And I'm sure he was just trying to evade from anyone who saw him in that situation. So yeah, they shouldn't have parked in front. They should have just stayed back and pulled over, you know, and staged like they normally do. They said over the radio, ambulance is electing the stage. Now, if I might be mistaken, but I believe, all right, I believe if fire department got there and they believed that crime was being committed in their presence, such as a misdemeanor, you know, DUI, I believe fire could actually detain. I do believe fire department, I do, if I remember correctly, and maybe I'm thinking of a different state, I do believe in the state of California, firefighters, the reason why the Penal Code 148 applies to them as well is because they have 832 status, which they don't act on it because they're firefighters. But in the eyes of the law, I think they have 832 status, unless I'm thinking of a different state. And that is possible. I could be thinking of a different state. So they don't go around arresting people, but if you get in their way and if you interfere with them, they could, in fact, make an arrest until PD gets there and, takes the arresting from them. So if that's true, then they could, in fact, detain while on duty. So it's the same as a correctional officer. They have police power on duty. If you work for the state. I don't think that applies to the private sector, but for the state. CDCR. Well, I'm catching up on the chat. Miguel says they would have to do an alcohol test. PD would do it. It's just a matter of detaining them until PD could get there. That's the issue. So it's the detention. So if he detained, or if they detained him, so like, for example, the ambulance driver, I mean, anyone can make a private citizen's arrest, so if you had enough reason to believe a crime was being committed, you can make a private citizen's arrest. I mean, technically, I could have walked over there, and if I was able to establish that I believe he's under influence, and driving, or in this case, he was parked, so, he stopped, so drunk in public. Either way, it's misdemeanor charge. I could have made a citizen's arrest because it was happening in my presence. I was not going to get involved, but I'm just saying, like, technically, I could have done that. Any citizen can make an arrest.
Riverwalk 350 Callaway Drive, Building D, Boy, Room 243, Purple.
So, but like I said, I'm not going to, my job is not to get involved. My job is to be the cameraman. But the other thing is, the guy had the car in drive. So what you really needed to do is convince him to get out of the car. And with the paramedics, it would have been easy to do, or easier to do, if they say, look, man, I think you just had, like, some medical condition. Like, I would have said, I think you need to go to the hospital, and I would not mention alcohol. Like, I would be like, not even mentioning alcohol, because the mention of alcohol made him guilty conscience. I would have been like, dude, you just had a stroke. Can you stick your tongue out? I'm like, I would have been doing all this, and I would have been like, oh, dude, I need to check you. Let me get the gurney out, and I'll have you sit on the gurney, and I'll plug you into the heart monitor. Do you feel okay? Do you think you have COVID? Like, I would make up all kinds of crazy, stuff, and just talk to him like that, and get him out of the car first, get him in park, all that. And the ambulance should have been behind him so that, they can turn their lights on so cars won't run into them, whatever. But that's how I would have handled it if you were going to interfere. Otherwise, they should have just let him sleep. You let him sleep until the PD get there, and then PD can handle it however they want. If he drives away, boom, pursuit. They can jump back in their car, pursuit, all that kind of stuff. But as is, they basically cleared that call, but they put the other motorists on the road in danger. So, but that's my take, on that. So, but anyways, 2:45. Been waiting all night for a call. We got 2 calls. Not, as exciting as they could be, but, we had 2 calls. I would have liked for the ambulance to show up, not wake the guy, PD get there, and we could watch PD, wake the guy up, and all that kind of stuff. But, 'cause, 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 That would have been more entertaining for filming. Then we would have had a DUI, you know, testing and all that kind of stuff. So, but I don't have to work tomorrow. So basically, we got all night. I mean, if we need to, we got all night. Hey, you missed the action, so sorry.
Advise on that verbal 415 that's been holding with the lowest beer Bauer, 906 Union Avenue, number 108.
Loa's Beer Bauer. Did you guys hear that name?
415 that's been holding with the lowest beer Bauer, 906 Union Avenue, number 108.
I know that name because I've heard that name so many times. They put that name over the radio on purpose because she is known.
Fire standby for additional assignment 6 Metro 6.
She is known. She is known in Bakersfield
Audible alarm 620.
as basically being 5150.
Responsible en route silver Toyota ETA.
She is,
20 Chester Avenue at Cal Furniture with the
you
north
know, known. Used to call all the time, make false reports. This is a 415, so she must be causing a problem wherever that's at. I didn't even catch the address, but yeah, sorry it's lonely over there on Twitch, guys. Lois is not drunk. If that comment was for Lois, I'm sorry. I might be behind on comments a little bit. I'm driving, but yeah, the guy was definitely drunk. I think they should have asked him more about his medical conditions, because they shouldn't assume he's drunk. Now, I wasn't close enough to smell him, so you know, I don't know if you could smell the alcohol coming out of the car or whatever, but I bet. Sorry, Teresa. 415 is a peace disturbance. Yeah, y'all need to scoot up. Do we got a drunk in the front row up here, or what? You guys are sitting so. They're trying to drive that car. Is that a stick up there? Oh yeah. Thanks for letting me sit here until it turned yellow. I don't even know. I wasn't even looking. Did we go through a couple cycles of or they just weren't far enough up to trigger it? I don't even know, but we're gonna go back this way.
Get it to the north, confirm your ID. I believe I'm here. Copy to the north. Get it to the north, confirm your ID. 604. 600. Terminal on Glass Creek, that's right. Power pier spotted for affirmative on a Glass Creek.
Alright, so there's a glass break on Chester, but it looks like they just damaged it and not got in and steal anything. So yeah, we're just cruising around right now, chatting and you know, trying to keep up with the chat, but you know, it's kind of hard when I drive, and then when I don't drive, you know, it's kind of boring for you guys not to see anything going on. So, but yeah, Lois, she is known for years, like years, for peace disturbances, false calls, but you can't, you know, charge her or anything because, you know, she's not all there. So they just have, you know, they just get the calls, and that's why they put her name over the radio, so you know, like, the officers know. I mean, they still have to respond and check on, you know, the scene or whatever. Like in this case, she's causing a disturbance, so they're responding for the other person who's a victim of her causing a disturbance. So. listen to the radio. There's traffic going on, but I'm not hearing anything that's like good for us to respond to. I mean, I might have gone to the. We usually don't go to 459s, which are basically burglaries, break-in alarms. I think they said that alarm had been holding. I think that's the alarm that was holding. Because if it's been holding a while, like, first of all, the suspect's gone. So we don't go to those that often. We'll go to one, but there's got to be like more information. Suspects are still around or something. There's got to be a little bit more to it. But yeah, just a broken window. Property damage only, no entry. Someone's. There's ways that they have training on how to know if someone made entry or not, and it's not 100% knowledge. It's just general knowledge. Like usually when someone makes entry into the business, there's signs that will indicate if they got in or not. And so they put out that they did not make entry, and it's not like 100%. It's just like it doesn't look like they made entry from all the appearances basically. So is watching from Hazard Camp. Hey Edward, what's up, buddy? So yeah, we are. So we came on with a female, which appeared to be transient. Got beat up in an alley near the bar area of town. It's downtown. It's in the alley just across the street from the Padre. And so we were on scene there. I got there and was able to get the live going and see the ambulance and the fire crew and the police department on scene. Then while we were there, I kind of overheard on the police, on their car radios, I overheard the subject that was in the car passed out. So we went to go check on that. But then there was something else that was already going on. There was already
shots heard that's been holding when our female contacted Norman and accused.
One shot heard in the area. That's a bogus call. It's probably a firework. So we went. So there was already something else going on that we missed. And I don't know if it was a pursuit or what, but there was some sort of accident and injuries going on. But we have no idea where it was at, and it was already. Like I said, I didn't know where it was at, so can't respond to what you don't know. But we went to the 23rd and K Street where that Cadillac was. So if you missed it, sorry guys. But we went there and watched the ambulance wake the guy up.
Valley and be advised the ETA just occurred in the area of 3904 Evelyn Drive. Advising a white 2001 Chevrolet Tahoe.
Valley and be advised
A white Tahoe?
occurred in the area of 3904 Evelyn Drive. Advising a white 2001 Chevrolet Tahoe. Hood.
Black hood?
Last seen, unknown direction. 5 go.
Okay, we're looking out for a white Tahoe with a black hood. So be on the lookout. If you see a Tahoe go by, look at the hood, see if it's black, because that's going to be easy to spot. Congratulations, I received 100 messages today on the Restream chat. Thank you guys. Keep chatting it up. So yeah, anyways, so that's what happened when we first got on. So if anyone who showed up, sorry. What type of scanner do I use? I use 2 brands at the moment. Uniden, and then I'm also using a Bofane. Bofane radios I got from Jeff at Bakersfield Street Media. They had some radios they were selling. I don't think they have any more in stock right now. And I have a unit in. I mean, any unit in is good, but it's a handheld one. You know, it's like $100 unit in.
Attention city units, controls broadcasting 1061 taken from the 4000 block of meet prior date.
Attention city units, controls broadcasting 1061 4000 block.
These are broadcasts are just like information only. But I have two Bofings. I'm using one for BPD, city channel, and then I use the other one. It only scans the sheriff's department, which we're here in the city, so the sheriff's department has a metro channel, and then they have a metro TAC, that's the car-to-car channel. So I scan those two channels, and then it's the same for BPD. They have two channels that are the east side and west side of Bakersfield city area, and then they have a car-to-car channel, and I scan those three channels on the one, and then I use my iPad to listen to Broadcastify. It's an app, and there's a channel on there that has BPD, sheriff, and fire and hall ambulance. So that's where I get my medical input from, is from that Broadcastify, because I just don't have an extra radio for it. Because you don't want to scan too many channels on a radio, because what happens is when, for example, BPD, they have an east and west side, channel 1 and channel 2 they call it. If they're talking on channel 1, but then someone keys up over on channel 2, you're not going to hear that traffic. You're only going to hear the one side. So if you're scanning 5 different channels, there could be 3 different channels at the same time, and you're only going to get the one channel. So that's why I only scan a few channels. And then Broadcastify is on a delay because it's the app, and so sometimes if I miss something, I'll catch it on that delay on Broadcastify. So, but sometimes Broadcastify might miss the information because let's say the fire department was broadcasting something during that time, so I won't hear the delay on the police scanner. That just will get missed. So it's got some flaws in the system, but this is just the basics that I've got going, and down the road, if I make it, enough donations to buy additional equipment, then I'll separate it differently. No, Edward, I don't have digital. I do need to go digital, but
Hispanic male 20 is wearing a black knit cap, green camouflage.
So BPD is going digital, and I imagine KCSO will go digital soon as well. So I do need to go digital, but those are more expensive. Plus, all my radios are handheld. I don't have any in the car mounted radios. I don't have any of those. Because at this time, I've not drilled any holes. See, that's Broadcastify that's being so loud right there. I got it plugged into my radio speakers. As of right now, I've not drilled any holes or anything into my car, so I can get a new car and just take everything over. There's nothing that's permanent in the car. Naturally, I would like to get a designated car for streaming or stringing, if you will, either one. Like the other guys in town do, but I don't have the funds for that. So, and if I did do that, then I would get it outfitted properly with the proper mounts and stands and things like that. You just got the one, $350. Yeah.
54B.
Yeah, digital gets you up there, and then, you know, like I said, I would need more than one, so. The scanners themselves are what really runs the cost up. Now, if I had a dispatch, you know, people who already have scanners are sitting at home watching, they can give me information on where the calls are, then that would be different. I wouldn't necessarily need any upgrades. I just go off what dispatch tells me. But we don't have that. We're not that advanced. So. Yeah, Edward. Most places are gonna go digital. That's the future. Small towns may go sooner than other places. It might be easier for a small town to go digital versus a large city like Bakersfield. And I'm not talking I'm not talking LA. They're super city, but Bakersfield is a large city. It's on the map. It's a good size, and to go digital, there are many repeaters throughout the town, that all got to be converted, and all that kind of stuff. So.
Broadcasting 10-851 just occurred from 1707 Thompson Lane. Vehicle of a black Mercedes B350 temporary plate flashing northbound at Thompson Lane.
1707 Thompson Lane. Vehicle of a black Mercedes B350 temporary plate flashing northbound.
Now there's a Mercedes that's been stolen. So there's a lot more hardware, actual hard devices. It's not software, actual physical devices that need to be swapped out and upgraded. So it's a little harder for the city. I know the city's been upgrading, and then they got multiple channels. And if you're on a smaller town, there's probably not as many channels. So then you don't have to, so it's a little easier in a small town and whatnot. So the larger cities are probably having a harder time trying to save up and come up with a budget for it. I know our locally there's a plan, over the course of however many years or months or whatever, and that was what, 2019, November 2019 they were talking about it. There was no dates or anything said, but they were in discussions and planning. And I think some channels here locally have gone into digital, but they're doing like the off channels first. So tactical channels and things like that have been encrypted for years. The SWAT channel, they have an encrypted channel. Special operations and things like that. I think they went digital, and they're slowly converting things over. So I would say maybe in the summer.
Person on a permanent plate, Robert George John 101 to 2017.
Maybe. Well, I would say by the end of the year they should be digital here locally. But I haven't spoken with the radio company that was doing the work.
They're advising the trailer park at the intersection of East Frontage Lane and Ohio Drive, possibly 16 Ohio Drive. No answer on multiple callbacks. We're still attempting further. Ambulance has elected the stage and are at discretion.
Yeah, you said ambulance elected the stage last time. and we know what happened there. But
415 loiter, just cruise by 4128.
603-1097, 478, all by.
415 loiter, just cruise by 4128.
loitering at Food Max on Chester.
Just confirming code 4. That's affirmative. Copy, rescue 6. Thank you.
Rescue 6. Alright, so we are just waiting for another call. I was hoping we'd get another one and we just kind of roll. Here comes an ambulance going by. Where are they going? I don't even see anything on this side of town for them to be going to. This pulse point's not working. There's something in Tehachapi, and there's something on Callaway. Medicals. Panorama and Haley, what do we got? Domestic, and it's been holding. Disappointing. Domestic, and they made it hold. You don't want to go domestic. Those are just all bad. You know, there's we avoid domestic, especially when they're in the residence. But domestics are just not good. I would probably say, you know, and I got no statistics on this. I got no hard data. But I would say I need to put my seatbelt on. Just saying, like, I don't know. Well, that's not what I was going to say. I would say probably the majority of police officer deaths a year, I would say the majority are probably occurred during a domestic situation. You know, responding to a domestic. I don't know. I would, you know, I am curious of what the data is on that, but I think that's generally the case. I mean, there's been lots of shootings, but the shootings usually occur, like a lot of cases, is when they're responding to a domestic. And you know, we had one happen in Fresno years ago. And they happen, you know, all over the country throughout the year. So it's not something you see locally all the time. You know, it happens all over the country. But I think the deaths from police officers responding to calls and things, a lot of them occur when they're responding to a domestic situation, and you know, usually the male half is, you know, upset, and they shoot the police. They ambush the police basically when they're responding. That's why domestics are so dangerous to law enforcement or anyone for that matter who's responding. Because, you know, if the police department, or if the hall ambulance or the fire department gets there first, there have been cases where they've been shot at. So there's something going on up here. I did hear something on Brundage, but it wasn't like an accident or anything. It was, well, I certainly didn't think it was right here, but there's the ambulance and the supervisors here. Wasn't planning on coming to this, but we're here. We're at the U-Haul. I think it's just a medical, but it wasn't on Pulse Point. Let's see what we see when we go by. See if we can set up on this. Nope. Are they staging? Just chit-chatting on the side of the road? I don't know. Now there's something in Maricopa. They were rolling code, so they have to be staging. But nothing in Pulse Point, so I don't know where they're gonna go or what they're staging for.
Clear.
Get pick out 45 now. 10 miles west of. Transport, over confirming no vehicle, correct? Vehicle no longer here. 10-4.
Wow.
Where's down there?
Just looking priority 1, 735 Madre Street with a process to Holland Street. Map page 174, 12A Adam. Mandatory PVE. Positive.
Madre. That's in Maricopa. That's not even in town, but we hear it over the radio.
440.
Good morning, Mod 3. I agree, most murders. So most murders, you know, especially here in Bakersfield this last year, was gang related. You know, the violence was gang related. You know, and so generally speaking, in your neighborhood, if you live in a neighborhood that doesn't have gang activity around, then generally speaking, you were fairly safe. But if you live in those areas where there's gang activity, you know, it was pretty dangerous. Because you never know when something's going to happen and you end up catching a stray bullet. So yeah, there's most murders being committed by gang members. That's a true statement. But as far as domestic goes, I think that's what kills more police officers nationwide.
6 Central 1. 6 Central 1. 6 Central 1.
Oxford, North Florida, Line.
Audible 459, 305 Brimhall Road.
602 with them.
1603 at Brimhall
Audible
Pharmacy.
459, 305 Brimhall Road. Or 1603 at Brimhall Pharmacy. Activation back motion.
6 Central, copy.
So it looks like the supervisor's still talking to him. I don't know what they're staged for. Yeah, Highlands over there. Man, I ran almost a half a tank tonight. Chasing calls and getting there and nothing going on or too late, or you know, I get there and you know there's really nothing video wise, so I took a couple pictures for you guys. And I did actually, I went because I wasn't live, but I was like I kind of caught a little bit of the DUI interaction at Sumner Street. It wasn't that great of footage, but I did take like a couple 30-second clips, and I had some pictures I posted.
Engine 6, outside fire.
Outside fire, nothing good. South Union and Bell Terrace, gosh.
Engine 6, T12460 boy at South Union Avenue on Bell Terrace for a small fire in the field.
Small fire in the field. That's not even worth the gas to get there. No. Alright guys. This is just a little live, you know, nothing going on. Nothing going on. Everybody probably fell asleep anyways. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. It's 3 o'clock and we didn't catch anything more. I was hoping we'd catch some more, you know, kind of like the after hours party on as far as streaming goes, right? I was hoping we'd catch that after hours party action, and it doesn't seem like that's gonna be the case. I thought we'd get a few more DUI crashes or something. Not that I want crashes, but I can't help them. I can't stop them, but I thought there'd be more. Actually, I was expecting a fire somewhere. I had a tip that they are expecting a certain location to go up. Another fire at a certain location in town. But apparently that didn't happen, or it's going to happen like at 4 o'clock in the morning. Assist fire at Ohio Drive.
Full units start to assist fire at 16 at Ohio Drive. Minimal information advised to email requesting an ambulance. Concerns no further.
No further. Well, it's at a residence, so it's gonna sound like a sounds like it could be some sort of domestic or violence. So we're gonna head home, and I know as soon as I turn the live off, we'll get something, or something will pop off. So I will keep the radio on the way home, just in case. And then, ooh, there's a Tahoe. The hood is white. No black hood. But
Limits returning no stop. Current 2012 month.
we'll head home, and you know, maybe we'll get lucky and something will happen and we'll go to it. I don't have to work in the morning, but I'm gonna, you know, I'll go home. I got a breakfast burrito. The wife, you know, bought one earlier because she knew when I got home I was gonna be hungry, and so I can heat that up and work on some more video. I'm working on a video that Shelly sent me. She went to a fire the other night, or the other morning. It was like 4:30 in the morning. She went to a fire, and I listened to the radio on it, and they thought people were trapped inside. There was like 8 people that live in the house, and so she sent me some pictures and a little bit of video clips. So I'm working to put that together. I worked on it earlier tonight, and I was gonna try and get it out before I came out to out here to stream. But my computer froze on me, and I lost my project, and so I had to start all over. And then just other series of errors occurred. So I'm working on that, and it's it's not gonna be a viral video or anything like that, but I think it'll be decent. It's just extra practice for me on my video editing and whatnot. So, but anyways, guys, I'm gonna kill the live. That way, something will happen, and we can just turn around real quick. So, but thanks, guys, for tuning in. Thanks to all my mods. The ones that are still awake. Thank you, guys. It's nice to hang out with you guys for a little while, and we'll see you guys on the next one. We'll be out tonight, and hopefully Saturday will bring us a little bit more action, and we'll see what goes on from there. So we'll see you guys, and just make sure you keep an eye out for the posts, and keep an eye out on Twitter, guys. Even if you only go to Twitter and follow me, because I'll put out Twitter notifications. So if you don't, Facebook sometimes doesn't notify you, right? Or they stop notifying you or whatever. I mean, I don't even know, but that way you get notified, on Twitter, an update, like when I go live and stuff like that, when I post. And that way you got more than one notification. The same thing with YouTube. Go over to YouTube, subscribe, and hit that bell, and then that way you got 3 different ways to know when I go live, or when I upload a video. Like that video that Shelly, or the footage that Shelly sent me, I'm gonna upload, put that into the video, and then upload that, and that way you guys will get notified. Because I don't have a set time, but usually it's like during the daytime or in the afternoon, or it might be early morning, when those go out. So, but yeah, just make sure you got your notifications going, guys, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Be safe out there, and don't take unnecessary risks. Be careful.